And our last question we're going to look at for the AICE question is this. We're given a quadrilateral, and we have to show that the midpoints of these two sides are that. And then we have to give, using our third point, we have to show that this shape here is an isosceles triangle. So the first part is, you should be figuring out, as soon as it says midpoints of UV, you should be calculating the midpoint and finding out exactly what it is. Now it looks like from my picture it's going to be a decimal, and you should be able to check that it should be 4.5, 6.5. I'm going to call that one M. And for N, it should actually be perfectly a whole number. It should be 7.5. And you should check that you agree with that just before we go on to the next part. Now T we already have as 3.3. And then it comes to the last part, show that TMN is an isosceles triangle. Well, clearly there's three sides to it, so it's a triangle, and we just have to know what isosceles is. So isosceles is two of the lengths are going to be the same. Now from my picture you can clearly see that MT and NT are going to be the ones that are the same. It's not just enough to show that two sides are the same, because if the third side was also identical, then it could be an equilateral triangle as well. So at this point, go ahead and find the lengths of two sides, and I'm not going to do this part because it's just using that distance formula again, but these two should be the same. And clearly from the picture here, you can see that MN is different. Now once again, you can't just use the picture though and say that's proof, because it could be that this length is, and I'm guessing obviously here, 4.1, and N could be 4.2, and there's no way your eyes are going to detect exactly if they are the same length, so that's why you need that algebraic approach for these questions. So in summary, a lot more detail than what you've done in geometry. Make sure you think about what you're trying to ask, what formulas you're needed, and then you use those formulas to answer that question. But a lot more work than you'd have done in a previous class.